Hey y'all, so in the last meeting I talked you through how to set up your personal room so that you could use it with a waiting room and your preferences and to ask students to be admitted before you let them in. So what I'm going to show you right now is how to toggle between the iReady view and your WebEx view in order to monitor your kids. So again, I have the app. When I click here, it shows the desktop app. So I'm going to open up the desktop app. If you don't have it, it's totally fine too. So I'm going to open up my meeting in here, and again, it's going to pop up down here for my meeting. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start my meeting. Now, remember, when you start your meeting, I obviously don't have any participants yet. I'm going to join my meeting from my phone again. And remember, your meeting is always MadisonCity.webex.com/meet, and then the first part of your email. So mine is EC Stewart, and that will remain the same. Now remember, we set our preferences so that people could not join the meeting without our permission, and it would also email us if someone was in our waiting room. So when I click join, they did get a notification that I'm going to join. They get a notification that they're in our waiting room, and I get a notification right here on the bottom part of my screen that they are waiting in the waiting room, or they're in the lobby. So remember, I click my participants because they are the people in my meeting, and I can see them here. You can also admit them on the screen here if you want, but I just like to have this view available so I can see the different people. And again, this is where you can admit or eject or send them to the lobby. So I'm going to admit this person. It's me. When they are admitted into the meeting, I'll have them right here. So again, this is where, so they are entering on mute, which is good, and you can unmute them to give them a little, and I turned it off because I was getting feedback. But this is where you can mute them all. Again, you can take 2 fingers, right click on a Mac, and you can unmute all or mute all. And so obviously when they're here, they may have some questions, so you'll be answering them and telling them how to set up. So this is how you'll talk them through. I'm going to show you guys the videos to kind of talk your kids through what they're seeing on there and the parent video that they'll see. But iReady does do a really great job of talking them through once the test opens of how to click, of how to move things. It has sample questions at the start that'll talk them through. But so when I'm moving this, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. And if you'll see here, the little arrow appears, and that's just how I can make that screen a little bit smaller because I want to send it over to this side right here because I kind of want to have a view on them, but I also need my view on right here. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to get in through your iReady account, and it's very easy for you guys. I can't go in through here because I don't have a class, so that doesn't work, but I'm going to show you where to go. So you just click the C for Clever, and it'll open right up with your Clever account in there where you'll have everything linked so you can automatically log into different programs exactly like your kids are doing, and that way it saves you from having to put in passwords, from remembering all the different things you have to do. So I just go here and I click iReady. And then iReady, it's going to open up for me and tell me that I don't have a class in here, but I'm going to show you my admin view, which is very similar to your view. It might be a little bit different, but I'll show you how to track their progress. So again, I don't have a class, so it's not letting me do anything. But I have my little tab open over here. So I'm going to log in. Okay. And when I open, remember, iReady is basically Star and Success Maker put together in one program. So you don't have to remember multiple passwords. You don't have to toggle between things. This program directly talks to himself because it's the same program. So basically, the diagnostic is Star. Instruction is kind of like Success Maker. It will show you what they're learning and how they're going through. It'll also show you the standards that they've mastered, and then your growth report will be over here. So what we are looking at right now, and I will go through all the other reports with you and show you how to pull them and look at them once we have information in there. But let's get our kids started first. Now, they have locked iReady at the central office level, so you can't start until the window opens on the 17th. We actually got a compliment for being one of the only schools where kids had not already started iReady and they didn't have to send them back. So round of applause for you guys. Okay, so you're going to go right here and you're going to click diagnostic status. So as you can see, you can still see me right there. You can see me moving. You can see if somebody else is popping in to take the test for their students, but we're still on this screen right here. So I'm going to click diagnostic status. And again, a little report's going to pop up and it's going to say, you cannot start this yet, but you'll just know, okay, so my students are either taking the readings to iReady or they're taking the math iReady. So if we're taking reading, I'll click into iReady. And again, it's going to give us this notification. It hasn't started yet, But when this notification is gone on the 17th, and I will show you guys your review then, it will list all of your students, and then next to it, it's going to have a little percentage, and it's going to tell you how far they are in the test. Now, this percentage is very important because that's going to be how you can track how far they are. Now, of course, you can always trust your students to tell you when you're done or tell you if they're moving forward, but I know you can't see their screen. I know it's harder to monitor. It's harder to know if they've gotten off accidentally and they're just not saying anything. You may want to develop a code of like raise your hand if you're having trouble or anything like that. They will need headphones to take it because it will talk to them. So that will prevent some parents from helping out there just because they won't be able to hear the questions because they'll be listening to them. But they also will help to hear it because they will need to be able to hear the exact directions. So it will show you over here the student name. It will show you the progress that they've made on it. It will show you how they're going through the different report. It just gives you a very good snapshot of what they're doing here. Now, this will not live update for you, so you will have to refresh it. So on a Mac, you can press this little button right here to refresh it, or what I usually do, just because I don't think to use the little refresh button, is you can also just highlight it and click enter, and that will also refresh it. So it'll tell you how your students are moving through. Now, something you may want to note just when they finish the test is what percentage they're at, because unfortunately, when they lock it for the entire district, it locks it for everyone. So when they unlock it for the entire district, it is unlocked for everyone. So when they start the test, there is nothing really to prevent them from going forward. Even with STAR, we couldn't prevent them from going forward because even if we gave them the passwords, they'd still be able to put in the admin password to get by it. So there's not much we can do here so far. If that changes, I'll let you guys know, but you can just write down their percentage of, let's say they finished, 30% of the test this time. So if you go in the next time and they're 57% of the test way through, or if they're 100% done with their test, then we may need to retake this because we have taken it on our own. But this is just how you can monitor both your iReady report and your WebEx meeting at the same time. I hope this helps a little bit, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks!